Oh, I feel for my brother. Feel for my brother. The street life used to be on. Straight up hustling till the break of dawn. Taught me how to do wrong right. Everything inside.
Once again, it is Series 4. It is the series of standardization and monetization. It's the Teebs and KidPhoenix versus podcast. It is also, this particular episode around, an episode of collaboration. There's standardization, there's monetization, there's collaboration, but there is no hateration or holleration in any parts of this nation. Well, some parts of this nation, but that's beside the point. I am here, Teebs is here, and we have special guests. We have some guests here. We have some guests on the podcast joining us from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, where I live, where Teebs is from. It is Jonesy and Brown and Michael Jones. Not that Mike Jones, but Michael Jones of the Best in the World Sports Podcast here in Philadelphia. Gentlemen, how's it going?
Good, man. Thank you for having me and my man Mike Jones on, man. Appreciate that, man. Always good to collab with you on podcast programs, everything like that.
So, Teebs, I'm guessing listeners may want to know why we brought two sports guys onto the podcast this week. Should we go ahead and tell everybody?
I mean, I think now would probably be the best time to do that.
Probably, yeah. So we're recording this on Sunday, March 16th, which is Selection Sunday, which is March Madness. For all of the folks that are not hip to the sports game, because we're not all sports and nerds on this podcast, that's college basketball. It is a 68, unfortunately, 68 field. It's no longer the field of 64. That's
really?
a whole other podcast.
Unfortunately, if it wasn't for 68, your alma mater wouldn't even be in this tournament.
Okay, you had to throw that dig in there. I'm an alum of San Diego State. Teebs is a big advocate, apparently, this year of the San Diego Tritons.
Hey, I can't. Yes, because the school I went to for college no longer exists. So I'm a free agent. I'm free to pick any school that I like.
You mean the University of the Arts Fighting Sharpies didn't have a basketball team?
That's right. The T-squares are no more.
So here's what we're doing. On the podcast, there are 4 of us. We are drafting 5-person basketball squads using fictional basketball players from TV and movies. Now, there are rules. There are rules, and we are going to get into them right now. These have been carefully crafted. These have been carefully debated, and probably even more so tonight, now that I think about it. But rule number 1, very important. No NBA players who play themselves. For example, John's already shaking his head.
Why did I even sign up for this? What was the point of even
You agreed to it. So no NBA players that are playing themselves. So, for example, Michael Jordan in Space Jam, he is ineligible.
But he didn't say LeBron James in Space Jam, so...
LeBron James is playing himself in that horrible, horrible Space Jam reboot that should have never been done. Seriously, real quick. Of all the sports movies to remake, they had to do Space Jam first. What are we doing here?
I don't understand the hate for Space Jam, the second Space Jam. People act like the first Space Jam was this theatrical masterpiece of just epic proportions. It was Michael Jordan with some cartoon characters.
Listen.
That's accurate. That is true. That is what that is.
Listen, in the pantheon of cartoon characters coming into reality, it's Space Jam and Cool World and Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and that's it. That's the list.
The first Space Jam.
What'd you say, John?
The Church of Jordan must be stopped.
Jesus.
The big question is, how come the Toons nor the Monstars were ever in NBA Jam? That's what I'm
Seriously,
about.
where's that cross? Unbelievable. Horrible marketing by Midway. What are you guys doing over there?
Seriously.
I'm guessing somebody at Warner Brothers wanted a big check for that. So
Probably. Now, here is rule. Go ahead.
But you can take NBA players if they're playing not themselves.
Correct.
Right?
So
Mhm.
Michael Jordan in Space Jam, ineligible. Shaquille O'Neal in Blue Chips, totally eligible.
Yeah.
Rule number 2, and I've deemed this the time cop rule based on the rule that two people of the same DNA can't occupy the same space. So, for example,
see, now you're hurting me.
look, so for example, if somebody were to say take Shaquille O'Neal from Blue Chips, another person can't come back around and say, "Oh, give me Shaquille O'Neal from Uncle Drew."
What if I
Both
say
on my big board. I had both of them on my board. I was going to take them both.
What if I say I want Shaquille O'Neal from Steel? Is that okay? Or
I mean, so
Wait,
that
did he?
that brings me to rule 3. The character that you choose, basketball has to be a defining characteristic in their character.
Man.
For example, you can't do Shaq in Kazam just so you can get Shaq. You can't take Shaq from Steel if you just want. No. Basketball has to be like at least part of the character's story arc.
it has to be part of their story arc? It can't just be like something that they engage in casually?
Listen, if you want to take Sigourney Weaver from Alien Resurrection based off of the one over-the-shoulder, no-look, half-court basket, you can do that, and we will laugh at you. Also, can we get into the possible per 36 minutes of Ellen Ripley based on? No, let's not do that.
Mhm.
We're not that nerdy. Jesus. I don't think there were any other rules. Okay, they have to be fictional basketball players. They can't be like, this is not for like X-Men or Spider-Man, Marvel, DC. No, this is strictly.
There was one more rule. Okay, and this might hurt. This game takes place in the world we currently inhabit.
Yes.
So if you take Lola Bunny, she's an actual bunny in our universe. That's it.
That's it.
God,
You get
She's
Lola
not
Bunny.
a cartoon powered.
you were
Right.
doing everything in your power to make me regret this decision of coming on this show.
Listen, I told you boys to do your homework. I told you.
Yeah, listen, not all of us
I'm ready.
have. Okay,
I can't
great.
speak for JB, but
Okay.
I'm ready.
I know that Adio has a freaking draft board like he's Mel Kiper over here.
Yeah, it's right here. It's right here. The clipboard is here. The clipboard is active. Okay, Teebs, I'm just gonna gloss over the fact that you said Mel Kiper and not like
Oh, Dick
Shams.
Vitale. I could say
Dick
Dick
Vitale.
Vitale, yeah.
You could have said literally anybody that covers
Well, Mel
ESPN.
Kiper is the draft guy. Shut up. Let's play the game.
All right, so here's how we'll determine the draft order. People will be able to see this in the YouTubes. Subscribe to the YouTube, Teebs and KidPhoenix versus. As you can see, there's a pie chart. It's an artificial spinner. So this is what we will be doing to
High-tech shit right here.
high-tech shit right here. This is the stuff that we get when we get those sweet advertising dollars. This is what we
Right.
get here.
Special guests in the house, we roll out everything.
Everything, goddammit.
Wow, man. Jones, you see this? You see what they doing for us?
I see.
This is
I'm
good
here for
shit. This is special shit right here.
We didn't had a deal on the show like a bunch of times. We haven't given them a damn thing. We just a
Wow.
microphone.
Listen,
Hey, that's more than a lot
That's
of people get on
more than a lot
shows.
of people.
There you go.
all right, so I'm spinning, and this will determine the draft order. So the first pick in this draft goes to the homie John.
All right, John Brown, pick number 1.
Am I making this pick right now?
Not
No,
yet.
no. We got to get the rest of the order.
The whole order.
This is Snake, right?
This is Snake.
Okay.
And also, what I will say is also this. We are doing this game at the Rucker.
All right. No,
Well, it's an outdoor game.
No. We got to do this at a court in Philly. What are you talking about? At the Rucker.
Oh, all right. So
be in Philly.
So just in Clark Park, that works.
Well, they don't have a court there anymore.
Oh, they
Yeah,
Parkside.
Parkside.
There
sure.
we go. All right, okay. Unless we want to spend the funds to go to do it at the Palestra, but I don't know if you want to do that.
Palestra money.
We're not spending Palestra money. Looks like Teebs gets pick number 2.
All right, I'll take it.
This is gonna really suck if I get last pick. This is gonna suck so hard.
Get the snake though.
All right, pick 3. I love how it gives applause. God damn it, son of a bitch.
Oh, okay.
All right, so I'm picking 4th. Okay, fine, whatever.
You do get the snake though.
It's fine. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. Okay, it doesn't matter. I don't care.
Oh, yeah, I
So
really
pick
hope
last,
all that
whatever.
homework is going to pay off for you.
It is. God damn it. You know what? I don't care. All right, so we're drafting 5v5, and then we're doing a coach. But here's the decision on coach. Do we want to make that the first round here, and then this is the coach's round, or we just want to do that at the end?
We can pick coaches last, I think.
Okay, so we'll do that at the end. So I will just casually write down the order and everybody's selections on this nice little pad that I have here. Also, I honestly don't care how you construct your team. It can be positions, it can be positionless. I don't think anybody will care.
No.
Team's laughing.
I don't. No, we don't care. You can have a team of 5 guards if you want.
I mean, this is outdoor street ball, so you know.
Right.
what happens.
So it's preferable to have a team of 5 guards.
All right, Mr. Brown, you have the first pick overall in this draft. Do not screw this up, or you will be laughed at.
Whatever,
severely.
man. Look, I'm a general manager. I'm trying to build a team. So I'm old, so I'm going to go with a big man. Yes, we talked about him before. My number 1 pick is Neon Bordeaux of Blue Chips. That is my center.
Okay,
that's my big man.
Yes, we figured Neon would be the first one to go.
So here's
I'm happy with that pick.
Yeah,
I like that.
So John, why Neon number 1? Like you're structuring your team. You're structuring your team around a big man.
Yes. That is who I am. Look, man, who's going to clog up the middle? All I got to do, throw him the ball down low. Who from whatever movie is going to stop him?
All right,
that's a good point. But I might have an answer for that, Shaq. We'll see.
We'll get there. Don't worry.
So John takes Neon Bordeaux number 1. I gotta say, Blue Chips, Shaq's acting role. I gotta say, like you could see how he became such kind of like not necessarily a media darling, but like he's charismatic. Plus, he's got the skill, and like you can kind of see that translated these days. Teebs, I don't know if you watch too much Inside the NBA, but I know Mike and John watch a hefty amount. Like Shaq had the charisma even back then.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. The personality always popped for Shaq. That's
True.
One of the things that made him one of the league's few really marketable big men.
Right.
Big men
In a
struggle to be marketable in the NBA.
Exactly. In a league where it was dominated by guards until what, like 90s, early 2000s?
He really did. He stretched another good 10 years out of the dominant big man in basketball because it was definitely trending towards Jordan and the guards, but between him and then guys like Mourning and Robinson and Olajuwon,
Not Tim Duncan.
No, Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan had no charisma whatsoever. What are you talking about?
That man just came in.
KG had a lot.
KG had a lot. Is it fair to say that Shaq kind of carried the charisma torch that Jordan had and then Magic had before that?
Yeah.
No.
No?
I think I know what you're getting. Like for like a few years, Shaq was like the face and like the dude in the NBA, but then
Right.
Iverson showed up and like that.
Yeah. That was a wrap for that.
Orlando Shaq had it for a few years.
Yeah, definitely.
Orlando Shaq for sure.
Definitely.
LA Shaq was all business.
LA
Right.
Shaq might not have even been the most popular dude on his own team.
Okay, Teebs, second pick. It's all you.
It's Butch McRae. What are we doing?
Wow! Butch McRae.
Okay.
Butch
I'm
McRae.
absolutely winning this. I love it.
Butch McRae, played by Anthony Hardaway, also
Mhm.
Blue Chips. Okay, so we're just going with just NBA players. We're just getting them off the books like as soon as possible.
I mean, like, what you think was gonna happen?
So the entire so the professional basketball cast of Blue Chips is just gone. Pick 1 and 2. Like
Yeah,
that's
that's
it.
right. That's right.
All right, Teebs, what do you give us the scouting report on Butch McRae? Let's have it.
I don't know. He's like what, 6'7"? He's got mad handles. Like he's a A+ class facilitator. Like what else could you need?
I would debate
If
with
Neil,
you on
listen. If Neil Anderson could hit foul shots, that team would have had a title.
Wow. So it's not Neil Anderson, it's Nick Anderson.
Nick Anderson.
Damn, just the Nick Anderson slant. What Nick Anderson is just like in his house, just chilling, and then all of a sudden the hair on his arm.
If that guy Tony wasn't shaving points, they would have won a
I
championship.
know.
in Blue
Yeah.
Chip.
They would have.
So here's my one thing with Butch McRae. I love the
Okay.
pick, I love the talent. Butch McRae wanted to run a 1-4 offense exclusively.
Right.
I hate the 1-4 offense. I want a motion offense. You win with motion. So if you take Butch McRae, I'm good with it. He's going to play a ball stopper.
ISO. It's
We're not
exactly.
talking about Penny Hardaway.
It's a
We're
ball
talking about Butch
stopper.
McRae.
Whatever, man.
Listen,
His
Butch
mama
McRae.
needed that house and that car. So you tell him, like, yeah,
His mama
your mama's
didn't-
going to lose that house and that car if you don't get right back here.
Listen.
And that
the
job.
If you don't get back here and pass the ball, you're going to go back to your mom's.
Exactly.
Mom's going to
Like,
be straight
look.
up homeless when you get home.
Damn.
Look, my job is to get him in the building.
Exactly.
Once he's in the building, he runs whatever I say he runs. Like, period.
Like, he for real pulled coach aside. Like, he called the shots. Like, is my mom going to lose her job and her car? Coach shouldn't have been like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. Coach should have been like, yes, absolutely. Next, kid.
So Butch McRae is coachable because you can blackmail him by putting his mom out of a house and job.
Not only that, I don't think we're taking it far enough. I think like you need a picture of the house, and every time he misses a shot, you just tear off a little bit.
That's cold. Can you imagine? Butch McRae on the road, and they're like putting up like the cardboard cutouts of Butch McRae's mom's house.
Yeah, no, it'd be great. That's what's missing in college basketball these days.
That's some traumatic shit, man. A little bit of fear.
A
Is
little
that
bit
what
of hate. No, a little bit of clean, old-fashioned hate.
all right, Mike Jones, pick number 3. It's all yours.
So what's clearly going to be the best pick of round 1, giving me a huge advantage throughout this whole thing.
Wow.
From a fish that saved Pittsburgh, Moses Guthrie.
Taking Dr.
Taking
Moses Guthrie,
I got
Dr.
Moses Guthrie. While the top 2 picks are banking on college prospects, I've got a proven pro star.
Oh, wow.
Let's go.
Holy shit.
Let's go.
Okay.
He is
Listen.
not wrong with this.
Here's the only problem, though. Like, when you get him in the arena, he's going to see the 3-point line and be like, what's this? What's this line you're doing here?
Someone put a big half circle on the court. What is this?
The 3-point line existed in 79.
What is this line outside of the what is this extra line outside the painted area? What is this?
The 3 existed in the ABA in 79.
That's true.
That is true.
So
Wait.
I'm all right with that.
Didn't the 3-point shot come in with the ABA expansion?
Yeah, it was.
But it was in the ABA first. It came to the NBA with the expansion.
Right.
But Doc was an ABA guy. He's seen it before.
He's seen it before. That's true. He wasn't hitting them from there, though. That is a different
That's a different beast altogether.
That's a whole different beast.
So all right, show of hands, who's seen The Fish That Saved Pittsburgh in the last 6 months?
Oh, it's 6 months.
6 months.
6 months ago.
I watched it for scouting purposes. Just for scouting. And yeah, it's Dr. J, Philly legend. So Mike is already going for the hometown fans.
Mm-hmm.
Mike is pulling up with the hometown hero. That's how he's playing there.
Okay, I like it.
And remember, he's a proven pro star. Y'all have college
Proven pro
prospects.
star.
We never know what these prospects are going to turn into.
That is true, but he didn't win a title till Moses got there. So
He did not win a title till Moses got there.
Hey, Moses Guthrie never played with Moses Malone. We're talking about Moses Guthrie here.
Also fair. All right, I got the snake. The way I'm constructing my team. No, man. Kobe was never in any movies.
I said I got the snake. I don't know. I'm just saying.
So I love how Mike is continuously talking about like us taking like prospects instead of proven professionals. So I'm just like, well, shit. Do I need to change my shit around? No, I'm not doing that. Mm-hmm. I run my unit how I run my unit, and the way I'm constructing my team, I need a straight up pass first point guard.
Mm-hmm.
And Teebs, with all due respect to Butch McCrae, he is not the best facilitator available in this draft.
Oh my God.
Best facilitator in this draft is none other than Kyle Lee Martin, played by Dwayne Martin in the movie Above the Rim. Kyle Watson.
Deep cut.
Kyle Lee Watson from Above the Rim.
Kyle Lee was on my board. I'll give you that one. It's a good pick.
Pass first point guard, quick. He can shoot it from the outside if I need him to, but I just need him to be able to facilitate and then drive and kick. That's all I need.
I love this pick, though, because it means I'm going to get something great with my next one.
We'll see.
I'll have a plan.
All right. And since I have the wraparound, I'm also all about team chemistry on my squad.
No.
So on top of Kyle Lee Watson, I will be taking Thomas Shepard, also from Above the Rim.
Taking the whole Above the Rim crew? That's your whole plan?
I'm not taking the whole Above the Rim crew, but Kyle Lee Watson as my point guard. I got Thomas Shepard as a shooter, and I'm, with all due respect to Mike Jones's opinion of taking proven professionals, I'm okay banking on the guy that went 13 for 13 in the span of 6 minutes.
In corduroys.
In corduroys!
With no defense on him.
And butters! He was wearing corduroys and butters the whole damn time. 13 of 13, living off of nothing but layups, drives, and the midi.
That old man didn't stretch. He just got out the cab and jumped right into the game. That man didn't stretch. He didn't take any warm-up shots. Just had the game of his life. That man
just put on the jersey and was just like, fuck it, I'm getting in here and I'm lighting these brothers
up.
Was
heading to the bus station and was just like, you know what, nah, I think I'm just going to run full court basketball. That's what I'm going to do.
Listen, we've all had those mornings where we get up and we're just like, fuck it, I feel like running full. And then we just get on the bus and then we just go to wherever we go.
Absolutely. So,
quick question about Above the Rim, though. Is it the defining basketball movie of the 90s between that, Blue Chips, Space Jam?
It's Space Jam.
If you're going with defining, it's got to be Space Jam. If you're asking me which one actually was the best basketball movie, I'm going Blue Chips.
Okay. I was thinking Above the Rim just because like that's a basketball movie that we can parts of it, like the going outside, the high school basketball element, outside of the gang element, maybe, depending on how you feel about recruiting. But at some level we could all relate to this basketball movie, Above the Rim.
Absolutely. It's a great story. If we're strictly talking about the basketball part, though, I'm upset.
Probably Blue Chips
is the best basketball movie.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I think that's fair. That's fair. Blue Chips 1, Above the Rim 1A, Space Jam 2.
Mm-hmm.
Mike, you're up. You have the next pick here.
All right, so I'm probably gonna surprise a couple of you all. Actually, you know what?
You might not.
because I think the person I was going to take here will still be here at my next pick, I'm going to switch it up a little bit.
Jesus.
Because I took Moses Guthrie in the first round, I need some shooting.
You do need some shooting.
I'm going to take the best shooter on the board, Shuttlesworth.
Jesus.
Damn it.
Shuttlesworth is clearly the best shooter on the board, so I got to
Okay.
go with him.
That Ray Allen famously playing Jesus Shuttlesworth in the movie He Got Game. I can't argue. There's no argument with this pick. The fact that he kind of slipped this far, I'm kind of surprised. And now looking back, I'm like, shit, what?
Yeah.
I'm okay. I'm all right. I'm all right with Shep. I'm okay with Shep. Because I like the
thought you were
chemistry.
taking Shuttlesworth instead of Shep, so since
Yeah.
he's here, I'm going to take him.
That's fair. Any memories of like He Got Game or anything like philosophical to say? Like I thought it was interesting Spike Lee doing a not necessarily a basketball film, but like having that aspect in his film. I didn't know if that was something he would ever like tackle, but it was more of a father-son story than anything.
Yeah. So funniest story to me about that movie was the scene where Denzel and Ray Allen are going one-on-one at night in the park.
Yeah.
Ray was supposed to win, 15-0 or something, supposed to shut him out. That's how it was scripted. And Denzel literally was working on his game for months so that he could get a bucket. So Ray Allen comes to the set thinking it's going to go as scripted 15-0. And Denzel comes out there like, nah, that's not what we're doing. I'm not trying to score on this guy. And they ended up keeping that in the film.
Respect Denzel. Like, I mean, it's Denzel. Like, you do what he's.
You know he's gonna right.
Well, first of all, when it comes to He Got Game, the star of that movie clearly is the Jordan 9. That is the clear star of the movie. That's what I always I always take away. Like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. And they
got home from jail and immediately went and got them 9s.
That is a dicey opinion if you ask Baby Sis. I don't think she's a fan of the 9s.
But
who doesn't like the 9s?
It's not really a streetwear shoe.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a dope looking shoe, but only on the street it just looks like a space boot. I don't know.
Teebs, you're up.
Well, see, I'm trying to figure out how deep, because it seems like people have researched things pretty thoroughly.
Yeah, I told you, do your homework. I told you that.
I might have to make a pick here that, all right, I'm going to take Lewis Scott from Celtic Pride.
Whoa! That's extremely deep.
He went in the bag. I didn't see that one coming.
He was a finals MVP.
He was a finals MVP.
He was.
He just needed to learn how to pass the rock. But because I've got Butch, I already got a facilitator. I just need Lewis to do his thing.
Shit, that's good construction. God damn it.
That is a good pick. I can't be mad at that.
If you're taking Lewis Scott, you need somebody to pass him the ball and just be like, yeah, that's your Stephen Clay right there.
I mean, he stops the ball, and like, if I need a bucket, I know I can get one there. But like, good first option.
If you need somebody to break somebody down one-on-one, there are worse options than Lewis Scott here. Celtic Pride, a movie I've only seen maybe once.
I've only seen it once also, and it was in preparation for this here podcast.
John, you are the proud claimer of one Neon Bordeaux, and you have the next two picks on the back-to-back.
Well, since you said we are playing this game now, and
present day in the real world,
and that means we can use present day medical resources. I know.
Where's you going with this?
Where are we going? What's happening?
I am going.
John, I'm going to need you to land this plane.
I am going with Quincy McCall as my pick because you can repair a bad knee. ACL don't have to be isn't career ending anymore.
True.
When Love and Basketball came out, you blew your ACL, you was done. 2025, you back in a year.
That's a good pick.
So yes, I am going with Quincy McCall as my guard.
He was on my board. That's a good pick.
It kind of makes you wonder what Q's life would have been like had he not had that catastrophic knee injury. Like, what do we think as far as like, how do you think Hollywood would have scripted that if they did it differently? NBA champion, maybe like his dad, or
I think he probably goes to medical school.
changes his name to Eric Foreman
Yeah,
and works for a surly British doctor that
That's
knows
right.
everything about everything.
that's right.
John, get this thing back on the tracks, please. Yeah, I know. Teebs has a habit of derailing podcasts, as you can see.
All right, you know what? There. Next pick, plain and simple. Sidney Dean from White Men Can't Jump. You know, still needs some scoring. Still, you know, I gotta put the ball in. You know, you gotta put the ball in the basket. I think he can play two positions. He can either play my 2 or he can play my 3. You know, and he took Michael Jordan to the hole in the summer
Undersized
league.
street baller. Never played high level organized
But he
ball.
played Michael Jordan in the summer pro leagues, and he took Michael Jordan to the hole. And he said he didn't want to play.
I was there. I seen it.
I seen it. As the story goes, Michael asked him to summer pro league.
No,
He said
he
no.
might mess up his
Hell no.
his game, and we can't have that.
Fuck up my game, and we can't have that.
All right, listen. Like for real though. Real
All right.
talk.
Real talk.
White Men Can't Jump is the best basketball movie. Like period. Like hands down. Like,
The original White Man Can't Jump, not the
yes, the original.
Yes, the original.
I don't even not acknowledge that other bullshit.
Okay, a certain half of the population would argue Hoosiers, and to them I would say you're wrong.
nobody
I'm
from
sorry.
that half is on this show right now.
Listen, I'm sorry. I don't like flavorless basketball, okay? I need my basketball to have some seasoning.
Hoosiers is the Raising Canes of a basketball movie.
Jesus. Only
Just mid basketball.
unfortunate, and the thing is, wait, so in that parallel is Gene Hackman the sauce that's doing all the heavy lifting? Rest in peace,
He's the
Gene
sauce.
Hackman.
He's the Texas toast. He is everything good. Gene Hackman represents everything that's good with Raising Canes. Yes, rest in peace.
White Men Can't Jump is another one of those basketball movies that's just incredibly relatable. And
Absolutely.
I gotta say, Ron Shelton knows how to make a fucking sports movie. I'm sorry, he does.
What's the other one he did?
He wrote Major League, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, that's right.
And did he also do Bull Durham as well? You remember Bull Durham?
He did.
He did Bull Durham. Yeah, Ron Shelton, get it in sports movie wise. All right. So we got Neon up front, and then John has Q and Sidney Dean, I guess, in the backcourt. Teebs, your third pick.
I'm gonna take Jimmy Chitwood. No, I'm just kidding.
After all that shit talking about
that's a joke. That's a joke. I would never.
You would never take Jimmy Chitwood.
Never. I will take the second best shooter on the board.
Damn
Billy Hoyle.
Damn it.
Billy Ho.
Billy Ho, he was on my board. I like it.
All right.
He has played organized ball.
He
played deep.
Played deep.
Okay, so here's the question. So you have Butch and you have Billy Hoyle on your team. Lot of ways for your team to be compromised by certain outside forces there, Teebs.
Look, I got other
Butch, Lewis Scott,
spots on this
Billy
team.
So with Butch, we just need to. If we want to distract Butch, all we have to do is like put up cardboard cutouts of like his mom's house and job, and then for Billy, all we got to do is just tell the Stookie brothers to come through.
Right. Billy Ho might.
We could easily get Teebs' team to throw the game.
Listen.
Billy Ho might be somewhere watching a Jeopardy filming while we got a game.
Okay, that is true. However, I guess it's really going to depend on my coach, isn't it?
Man, I'm loving this draft, though.
All right, this is panning out pretty well for me, honestly.
I think my next pick is going to make y'all mad.
All right, it just happens to be your pick right now.
Exactly. So, like, I have a couple, proven, polished players. I got Shuttlesworth. I've got Guthrie. So now I'm going for a raw prospect with a high upside.
I think I know where this is going.
From the movie Hustle, played by Anthony Edwards,
Damn it.
Kermit Wiltz.
Okay.
I was hoping he would fall to my next pick.
I had a feeling that I was going to take him last round, but with Shuttles were
Damn
still
it.
there, I was like, Wiltz will be there in the third round for me. I'm good at this GM thing.
So for people that don't know, like Anthony Edwards is probably the face of the NBA right now, if it's not Luka Doncic.
Mm-hmm.
And again, Anthony Edwards, like those scenes in Hustle, like extremely charismatic. Like it's like doing his thing against Juan Hernan Gomez and just playing the super confident number one draft pick to a T. Just like the confident, cocky, I know I'm going number one and I have the ability to back it up. Like Kermit Wilkes, like Anthony Edwards, I hope he does more film. Like honestly, if it doesn't, I mean, obviously if it doesn't come into direct conflict with his professional basketball career, but like I think there's something there with Anthony Edwards.
Absolutely. He definitely has the personality. He has
Say it.
Magic had it. No, it's like Magic had like just that smile.
Yeah.
And then Jordan had that smile.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony Edwards kind of has that smile that when
He does.
like you put him
He
in front of
does.
the camera and he just grins. Like he just lights up. And that is one of those things that puts him on the list, that short list, where you're able to be the face of the league and you're highly marketable. And of course, you got the full highlight package to go with it.
Mm-hmm.
I also think this movie, Hustle, was important for Anthony Edwards' career. I mean, no disrespect to the Timberwolves, but like it's still Minnesota. It's not exactly a big market. So maybe he just kind of needed this a little bit. And I can't say it hurt. Like it definitely helped one way or the other. I mean, if he makes an NBA final, that also definitely helps. All right, on the damn it, I was really hoping Kermit would fall to me here, but that's fine. Shit. All right, I'll go ahead and I'll take the guy that at the draft combine, I'll take the guy that shut down Kermit Wilkes. I will take Bo Cruz,
Okay.
played by Juancho Hernan Gomez.
All
Listen,
right. It's a good pick.
Another guy, like I have a theme here because I have Shepard, and then I have Bo Cruz, another dude that is just owning people on the basketball court in cargo shorts and butter. Okay, I have a style I'm going for here, but Bo Cruz, I like Bo Cruz because he kind of had like a chip on his shoulder throughout that entire draft process in that movie, and again. Juancho Hernan Gomez, another one of those surprising, charismatic NBA basketball players that came into the movie Hustle with Anthony Edwards and Adam Sandler. And the chemistry between he and Adam Sandler from coach to prospect, also really, really decent. Very personable, especially when they did the scenes where he's on the basketball courts across the street from South Philly and he's doing like the online TikTok contest, just like get a point against Bo Cruz. Like that's something. Like being charismatic is something in like a playground game. And it translates.
I actually had Bo Cruz on my draft board. Had him higher than Wiltz. I don't know why. I just did.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that at all. I don't know. I like guys with a chip on their shoulder. Like I don't know what to tell you. All right, let's see. On the runaround. See, and this is tough. Actually, no, it's not. Mike, with all due respect to you and getting the hometown hero in Moses Guthrie and Dr. J,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna one up you here.
Okay, I'm listening.
Give me Will Smith from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh, you're going with another high school player. Y'all keep going with these kids.
One thing, I have lots of dimension. I have a couple facilitators with Kylie Watson and Will Smith. I have shooters with Shep, Cruz, and Smith. I got a lot. I'm basically playing one style. If this game is played to 16 per playground rules, like first game is to 16, every game after that is to 11. I'm just jacking up 2-pointers because I have Shep, Bo Cruz, and Big Will Smith. I'm pretty sure I can get this. I'm pretty sure I can get some long range jumpers off here.
Yeah.
The Pride of Bel Air Academy.
Didn't he lose to Alan Payne?
He did. He lost to G Money.
Like,
Okay, stop right there. He let G Money win because Alan Payne, who famously played the kid from, I want to say, Malibu Prep, I think it was.
Yo.
He felt bad for him because he had the kid, and had all the, not necessarily hardships, but you know what I mean.
So
And he was just like,
he was
your
on
pick
crack.
doesn't
Not
have
on
killer
crack.
instinct.
He's going to get his basketball was going to pay for his scholarship to go to Georgetown with his mind.
exactly.
Because he knew that if he blew out his leg or his knee, he'd be forgotten about, but he still has a free education or something like that.
Listen,
That's true.
I took Will. No such thing. Listen, I took Will Smith. I didn't take Flip from above the rim. Everybody calm down.
Will Smith clearly didn't have a killer instinct. He let the guy slide because I wanted to be nice. I don't want that dude. I don't want that dude on my team. I'm trying to run it up on you.
All right, Will, you don't want to take these killer shots? Then that's fine. Pass it to Shep over there. We know he's got the killer instinct. That's fine. Mike,
That's if Shep can get off work to get to the game.
Man.
Oh, shit, we didn't factor. Obviously, it's a playground game. It's a playground game. This game is being played on Saturday morning. Who are we kidding here?
Okay.
All right.
Shep was a security guard. There's no school on Saturdays. He'll be there. It's fine.
Okay, so you took Will Smith.
Yes, I did.
Who was your other pick?
Bo Cruz.
Bo Cruz. All right, so it's on me again.
Yes, it is.
Let's see. I've got Guthrie. I've got Wiltz. I've got Shuttlesworth. My wings are covered. So playing outdoor ball, I need somebody with a little height that can run. Not going to demand a lot of shots because, it's not going to be a lot of shots to go around.
Damn it.
So this
Thinking
one's going to
too
surprise
hard.
you.
You're
You're not
scared.
ready for this one.
Probably not.
I'm going back to White Men Can't Jump.
No.
Don't
do it. Don't do it.
From the duo of Flight and
Okay.
Willie,
Okay.
I'm taking Flight.
All right.
Okay.
I'm taking
Okay.
Flight. He had the height and athleticism. He could run with my squad and not going to demand a lot of shots. He'll play his role and play
For a
it well.
second there, I thought you were going to take the dude from White Men Can't Jump that keeps an armory in his car.
Bro, that's my whole anti-Shaq strategy. Why are you giving that away?
I'm gonna get my gun, shoot everybody's ass.
That's actually a smart pick because the floor is extremely spread out with the guys that you have.
You're taking
Flight can literally just like
Willie. You're taking Flight.
yeah. No,
Not Willie.
Willie
Flight was the taller one that took you to flight school and dunked on you.
Right.
Willie's played by Dwayne Martin, and per the Time Cop rule, you can't have Willie and Kylie Watson.
Exactly.
But yeah, Flight is essentially in your dunker spot, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
He's just running from baseline to baseline, just like putting his hand up. That's all he's doing, and that's fine, I guess.
That's all I need him to do with this team.
All right, let's be completely honest. Flight and Willie should have won that damn game. Can we be honest with ourselves?
Controlling your emotions is part of the game, bro.
Look, man, Opie was pissing on Flight, man. What are you talking about, man?
Which is funny because Teebs has Opie on his team.
That's right.
They won't be matched up though.
All right, so just to reiterate real quick. So 2 of the big 3 in blue chips are taken. Everybody important from above the rim was taken. Both big men from Hustle were taken. And then 3 gentlemen from White Man Can't Jump. That's something.
Just shows you how.
Players have been going in clusters.
Pool,
I guess so. I guess we have to wait for round 5 for the deep cuts, for the laughter to ensue.
Don't worry,
We'll see what happens. It's coming. Teebs, your pick, your 4th round pick, your 4th selection.
Okay. So my 4th selection. Is magic allowed?
No.
No magic. Okay then.
No physics altering characters.
Okay, then. From Like Mike, I'm
Okay.
taking Tracy Reynolds.
Okay.
So
NBA player.
Mhm.
Tracy Reynolds, played by Morris Chestnut.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So Teebs is gonna be very popular with the women who are attracted to Morris Chestnut. There's gonna
Mhm.
be a lot of people on those sidelines. Here's the thing about Tracy Reynolds, and Tracy was on my board too. It took him a while to accept his role as the off guard.
But he accepted his role, though, and eventually made the team. He did what he needed to do to make the team better. And especially if I've got Lewis on my team, right?
Yeah.
I need people that can get in their roles and like won't cause a lot of stink. You know what I mean?
You know who Tracy Reynolds reminds me of in your lineup so far? Miami Heat Ray Allen.
Ray Allen ain't in my lineup.
I'm just saying, like for parallel.
Yeah.
Ray Allen played for the Miami Heat during the Heatle years, and like Ray didn't do much, but just like spot up and take jumpers, and like that's
And he didn't hit much except like hit the greatest shot in NBA history.
yeah. I mean, it's only the greatest shot in the history of the NBA if you don't live in the Toronto Metroplex.
Right. Fuck that shot.
Fuck
anyway.
that shot. Fuck that shot. That shot was bullshit.
You bring that shot up again, the show's over. We will not be talking about that today. All right.
No, let's not.
Let's not move. Let's
No.
continue. Continuing, John,
Come on,
you
John.
have the final two picks. Your final two picks for your
Okay,
squad.
All right. Just want to get some athleticism. I was kind of thinking along the lines of what Jonesy was saying because he was absolutely right. So I want to get an athletic forward. So I am going to the world of Coach Carter, and I'm going with Ty Crane. Ty Crane.
Mm.
Ty Crane was a beast. You know, get rebounds, create his own shot. You know he has confidence because he took the winning shot and put Coach Carter and the Richmond Oilers out of the playoffs. So yes, Ty Crane is my pick,
Another
Can I
high
just-
school player.
which means he'll be
y'all
he'll
gonna
be the
get
corner piece
abused by my
of my
squad.
team for years.
Right.
Can I say something about Coach
What's up?
Carter real quick?
Sure.
Underrated.
It was a good movie.
Having Samuel L. Jackson definitely helps, and like, of course, it being based on a true story kind of gave it a little bit of notoriety. But even if it was a completely original screenplay, still really good basketball movie.
It
And
was.
maybe they just, I don't know. Here's a question: what's the last great sports movie to come out since maybe like? It's been a minute, hasn't it?
Been a minute. Last one
Great
I'm thinking
sport
about
movie?
is
I can't. Yeah, you can't think of Space Jam the reboot or the White Men Can't Jump reboot. I can't think of those.
goodness. I'm thinking Coach Carter,
42.
42. Maybe remember the Titans.
Remember the Titans? I guess. Wow,
No,
it has been a hot minute since a good sports movie. Friday Night Lights.
Nah, I thought
That movie's
I
from
thought
like
the series was better than the
20 years
movie.
ago.
Look, I can't. Like, it's hard to think of anything good sports movie more recent than
Creed.
Damn.
One of the Creed movies.
Yeah, really.
Creed, probably.
I guess that
I
you'd
mean-
have to go with that. Creed.
All right,
Okay.
John, your final pick to round out your team.
Well, my final pick actually, because it was inspired by a Dio's pick, but it works within the time stamp rule.
What did
so
I
since-
do? The
Yeah,
time cop rule?
rule.
How?
This is how it goes. My last pick is Will Smith from Bel Air. Not the Fresh Prince of Bel Air, but Bel Air.
Oh,
Because he did have the killer instinct that Will Smith from Fresh Prince of Bel Air did not have.
That's-
because if you
that's good.
because when he went to the drug dealers in the game, and he just put the dude right out of his misery. When the bull came out with the hammer, when he was just trying to eat a cheesesteak with his man,
Damn it.
that man,
That's okay. That's genius. I didn't even
I will go
contemplate
with Will
that.
Smith
That's
from Bel
good.
Air.
That's a good pick.
That's good. God damn it. That's smart. This is This is why I tell everybody, do your homework, because shit like this will happen if you don't.
So there you go.
Fuck, I didn't even think of that one. Skirted the time cop rule and gets Will Smith. Another more Philly props.
So there you go.
Damn it, that's genius.
Neon Bordeaux, Ty Crane, Sidney Dean, Quincy McCall, and Will Smith from Bel Air. There you go. Championship.
Speaking of which, are we ever gonna get a new season of Bel Air? Is that happening?
It's coming soon.
Yeah, I think we did. I think we've done it.
I believe it's coming soon because they started showing the reruns on USA like after SmackDown. It comes on like 11 o'clock. So because I'm old, I usually fall asleep before the end of SmackDown, and then I wake up and the TV's still on. I'm like, oh snap, it's Bel Air time. Yeah, let me turn this off and go back to sleep.
Well, listen, wrestling is only fun for like the road to WrestleMania, and that's kind of it. Yeah, so I kind of understand.
That's what we're on. John Cena's a bad guy
but
now.
The fact that that discussion is coming the next time when we do the WrestleMania podcast. Me and Teebs, the prep.
We're doing a WrestleMania.
The WrestleMania prep podcast. I would like to.
Our favorite manias.
I would like to.
Okay.
But yeah, just talking about John Cena turning heel, something we've all wanted for 30 freaking years.
Yeah, sorry, it's 20 years too late for me, but we'll see.
All right, Teebs, your final pick.
Okay, so I had a couple of honorable mentions that I'd like to get to quickly.
The dude with the armory from White Men Can't Jump.
Yeah, Raymond from White Men Can't Jump as my anti-Shaq strategy.
By definition, Wood Harris from Above the Rim also probably fits that distinction.
Curly Neal from the Harlem Globetrotters meet Scooby-Doo.
That is completely allowed, by the way. So if you really want to take Curly Neal, that's fine.
Also, another underrated one. I don't know if anyone's ever seen the movie Prometheus, but David 8.
God,
it's on a bicycle. This man is outrageous.
What? Weren't his eyes closed too?
I think his eyes were closed, and he was riding backwards at the time. So just incredible work by David 8. But
those per 36 minutes, Jesus.
But I think my real pick is going to be From the Air Up There.
Damn it!
Stella.
Oh, that
10 center prospect.
He was my second center. If I did not get Neon Bordeaux, I would have taken. He was on. He was on my notes.
Can you pronounce the actor's name that plays Sala?
Yes, I can. I believe it is Charles Gatunga Mina.
Very well done. Well done.
Better than me.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna try that.
I would have taken. I would nah.
Damn it, Teebs! I hate you. Fucking hell.
Hey, that's a big brother.
That is a good pick.
Shit.
I would. He was right there. I'm like, I need a big man. That's how I was sitting there thinking.
Yeah. Well, damn. Okay. Another underrated basketball. I should probably put that on tonight. Actually, I have not watched that in a minute, and I remember it being good. I kind of remember seeing it in the theater. Our father took us to see a lot of questionable movies as kids. Like Teebs and I saw Die Hard 2 in the theaters. I definitely saw Total Recall in the theater with my dad when that came out.
Interesting.
Bro, I saw RoboCop in the theater, and we snuck in.
Yeah, Teebs and my dad snuck in to see RoboCop in 1987.
Yeah, I'm old, by the way.
Right.
That's fine. We're all old on this podcast. It's fine. Yeah, Kevin Bacon. It was always funny when Teebs and I worked at the video library and we would play 6 Degrees of Separation, and anytime either of us would get to mention The Air Up There, it's just hilarity ensued.
By the way, anybody that's ever been to City Hall is 2 degrees from Kevin Bacon.
Yes, also true. Oh man. Okay. However, though, we were talking about, I don't know, like how quote unquote problematic it is, but the idea of the white savior type of movie, does that play in 2025 movies like that? I know The Blind Side is getting a whole lot of shit nowadays.
It's not great. It's not what you want. I don't think we need that. I think the whites have saved enough people in these movies over the years that
You
yeah,
know,
we're
but
good
still,
with them saving anybody else ever again.
As a fictional device, I don't need it anymore.
Yeah, we're good.
If we're really telling true stories, then let the story tell it however it happened. But
Right.
if
I
we're,
That's
don't
fair.
know about
but if we're
y'all.
dealing in fiction, I don't need that.
Give me
device
Rhea
anymore.
Perlman in Sunset Park, or Danny DeVito in Renaissance Man. You know, the
Yeah.
pinnacle of white man comes to the hood and does good. Jim Belushi in The Principal. You remember that?
No, no, I'm sorry. The best case scenario for that is Michelle Pfeiffer in Dangerous Minds. Why are we Why are we beating around the bush?
No, give me.
That's
Why
right.
are we beating around the bush here?
Give me Jim Belushi on the motorcycle saving Irene Cara, driving his motorcycle through the school.
Oh, I forgot about
He
that.
drove his motorcycle through the school, through the English teacher's door, to stop her from being assaulted in class by White Zach.
Whites. All right, Mike. Before you make your last pick, do you have any honorable mentions, or are you good?
I have two
Or-
honorable. I have two.
Or would you not like to spoil? Because one of your honorable mentions might be my pick.
I have two honorable mentions. I can give them to you now, or I can wait till after your last pick.
Let's wait, and then we'll share honorable mentions.
All right. Well, to fill out my roster around my perimeter, I'm playing Shuttlesworth at the top of the key.
Yeah.
Not his natural position, but we've seen him play that position at a high level at the top.
Yeah.
My wings are Moses Guthrie and Kermit Wiltz, Dr. J, and Anthony Edwards.
Damn, that's a squad.
I've got Flight running the lane from White Men Can't Jump. And I need somebody with a little bit of balance for that fifth spot. Somebody that can space the floor, tough body, can rebound a little bit. And honestly, this will be my DEI hire. I'm going with Ricky Rowe from
Ricky
Blue
Rowe.
Chip.
That's
Yeah.
a good pick.
That's a good one. Ricky Rowe,
The white boy from
the white
Blue
boy
Chip.
from Blue Chips.
Although, I mean, I think I can get him on my team if I promise him a nicer car.
Or no, nicer tractor.
A nicer tractor for his dad. Yeah, man.
Hey, we're in the NIL days. I'll give him
That's
a whole
true.
That's
tractor store. I'll give him the tractor store. Like, what you want?
John Deere, get at us.
And a couple tractor commercials as well, so you can make even more money.
Exactly.
So now everybody with the exception of Tony, because we don't want any point shavers.
Right. Everybody from Blue Chips is on.
Everybody
Off
from
the
Blue
board.
Chips is gone. Couldn't take Cal Chaney in that movie because he's playing himself. Couldn't take Bobby Hurley because he's also playing himself.
Oh, hell no. Why would anyone ever take Bobby Hurley? Get
Listen,
the hell out of
man.
here.
Listen, people love Bobby Hurley. What can I say?
If I see that dude, it's on site.
Wait. Okay. Let's give me your one sentence problem with Bobby Hurley.
He was on Duke in the 90s. What
So
more
was-
do I need to say?
So is Christian Leitner. So is
Yeah,
JJ
it's on
Redick.
site. It's on site
So was
with
Grant
them
Hill.
too.
Come on, man.
Yeah, Grant Hill's the only one who's cool.
And he wasn't that cool.
All right. All right, Teebs, we're gonna have to have a discussion off podcast about our reality basketball team possibly drafting a 6'9" white guy from Duke. Like, that could happen. We'll talk awful about that. My last pick, and since Salah was taken, I was really hoping he would fall here, but that's fine. Always have a backup. You know what? I'm doing it. From the movie Eddie, give me
I thought about
Nate
this.
Wilson, played by John Sally.
I thought about
Spider.
that.
Nate Wilson, played by John Sally, another one of those like fun-loving personality types. Sure, he's at the back end of his career, might be a little bit broken down, but that's fine. I need him for one game. Nate, can I get you for one game? 16, hit a couple jumpers, grab some boards. You're gonna have your opportunities because I'm running motion shooting offense. That's what I'm doing here. If you haven't been able to tell with my construction, but yeah, Nate Wilson. Eddie, another one of those movies, like, fun. I think sports movies in the 90s were all about fun, with the exception of, like, Blue Chips. Like, Major League, Necessary Roughness, Wildcats, sports movies before 2000 were just fun. We didn't really get into serious sports movies until, I feel like I'm missing one, but...
Underrated sports movie, in my opinion, The Replacements, Keanu Reeves.
The Replacements, yeah.
I love these
Good
days.
call.
Is
Like
so
another Gene Hackman movie.
More Gene Hackman.
Hmm.
Can we get
So-
Gene Hackman to play a hockey coach? I mean, obviously not anymore, but you know what I mean.
well, that might be
Yeah.
tough at this moment, but
It might be tough in this specific moment. Yes.
is Any Given Sunday a serious movie or not? I can never decide.
So, Teebs, you are quoted on this podcast in saying that, like, Any Given Sunday is the closest thing to actual football that you will be a part of.
Yeah, because it's brutal. I don't know if it's
Man
good.
eye was on the field. Someone had to pick up somebody's eye off the field.
Right.
That brings up an interesting question.
Oh my god.
We've talked about we've asked before. Is Blue Chips, does that movie have the most realistic representation of playing basketball in a movie? Is that movie filmed the best way as far as like what it's like to play for a basketball team?
Based on
that the
college
best
basketball
example?
in the 90s, I'd say yes.
Yeah.
The recruiting, all the recruiting stuff, the dealing with taking tests to get into school,
Huh?
the gamblers and the boosters and the quote unquote friends of the program hanging around. That's very indicative of what basketball, college sports in general were like in the 90s. So
That's why they got all those
for
players
me,
just coming out
because
of
they didn't
college
try to
be in
hide
the
that
movie.
part or glamorize it, yeah, I'm gonna go
Right.
with Blue Trip.
That's when you got
Yeah.
all those college
For-
guys, those guys just coming out of school to be in the movie. It's like, hey, just treat it like it was any regular day at school. You know, like, they had the experience.
For pro basketball, is it Eddie?
Eddie?
For pro basketball,
It's between Eddie or Like Mike, which is hilarious to think about, but I think that's true.
man,
We don't really have a pro basketball movie that like
Yeah.
goes like through the
Like it might be
day,
that way.
season-long
by default.
grind of an NBA season.
yeah,
It might be Eddie or Like Mike by default.
Yeah.
Teams, let's get on a screenplay. We can make a shit ton of money here.
unless
Yeah.
you want to count Joanna.
I should have.
A movie
We
a
went the
movie
whole
that
thing-
absolutely cannot be made in 2025.
we went the
You
whole
could
way
make
without
it.
mentioning.
No, you
the
could
movie.
not.
So I
You
had to
could
bring
make
it up.
Was, did you
It
have?
would
You
never be
absolutely
released.
could
You
make
can
it.
Did you have-
It'll
was he
never
on
be
your draft
released.
board?
You could make
Never.
All right, okay. Somebody had to have had Joanna Man on their draft board.
it. Not at all.
No,
No.
never even
But
crossed my
I will
mind.
give you my honorable mentions now.
All right.
My
Hold
two
on though. Not Joanna Man, but was Jamal Jeffries was on anybody's draft board.
No, he
No.
was too whack to make it
Right.
in the league.
He's a head case.
Mhm.
He's a head case.
He was no good at the Lil
All right,
Kim level.
honorable mentions.
I had two honorable mentions. One, I had to leave him off because of the age. I didn't think he'd be able to keep up with the up and down pace of my team, but Uncle Drew.
Mm.
And the other would have been my backup big from the movie Hustle, Dmitry Jovanovic, played by Boban Marjanovic.
Mm,
That's another good one.
That would have been my backup big if I didn't get one of the guy, either the guy I took Flight or, of course, Neon would have been the first off the board if I could have got
Right.
him. But yeah,
mhm.
Dmitry Jovanovic was on my board.
Mark Jackson, also from Eddie. He was on my draft board.
Wow.
I had his name on there. We're talking Uncle Drew. I had his name on there, but I crossed it out when I remembered that he's literally blind as hell until he gets special goggles. But I had Reggie Miller from Uncle Drew on
He was
on
blind.
my list too. But I was
had
like,
the whole
yeah,
Uncle Drew squad on my list. Jake Miller,
See,
Preach, Lights,
Preacher
Blue.
I
see,
had.
you got
I'll tell you somebody else I had on my
Who?
list. Coffee Black. From Semi Pro, Andre 3000.
I had him
I
too.
really was dedicated to a youth movement. I was going with the young kids, let the young kids run. I was
Yeah.
gonna go with
They're going to get beat up by
I
my
was gonna
team.
Let the
I
kids
was
eat.
gonna go with Junior Battle from Coach Carter.
Junior Battle was on my
I
list
was
too.
also gonna go with as a point guard, Shorty Doo-Wop, aka Fred Rose Star from Sunset Park.
Nice.
He was on my list.
Red Rose Star.
as Shorty Doo-Wop,
What a name.
And one, and one
fantastic
more
name.
from Sunset Park. I would have went as a big man. I would have went with Butter, aka Talent. You know, because he would have balled out for the ladies. There were some ladies at the park when we was playing. You know, he would have tried to ball out because he's Butter.
Timo Cruz from Coach Carter also on my list.
Mm-hmm.
Left him off. Great shooter, but a little one dimensional. Yeah, and yes, I know I have Shep on my team, but Shep could get to the lane. I've seen Shep get to the lane. All right, coaches round. All right, let's be serious here. As serious as we can, drafting fictional basketball players. John, who's your coach?
My coach, I'm gonna go with what's the dude's name? I gotta Google his name because I was just gonna call him.
What's the movie? I can probably help you
I'm
out.
gonna go with Coach Ken Reeves from The White Shadow.
Wow!
Coach
Holy
Ken Reeves
shit!
from The White Shadow is my coach.
That is one hell of a
There you
pull.
go.
Oh, man.
Holy shit!
Oh, you went there. All right.
He went there. Teebs, beat that.
Well, I don't think I'm beating that today. I'll just go with Coach Carter.
Solid.
I got a lot of knuckleheads on my team.
You really do.
I need some discipline.
Listen, not everybody has the player coach that is Moses Guthrie.
That's true.
I do have him, but I'm also going to go with somebody who is going to run a proper offense. We're not going to go with all that 1-on-1, 1-4 BS. He's tough. He has integrity. Coach Pete Bell.
Pete
Blue
Bell.
chips.
There you go.
Bell. Yeah.
And you know what? Again, because I believe in chemistry and making sure that everybody is one with the system and what I'm trying to run, screw it. I am just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take Mike Rollins, played by David Bailey in Above the Rim.
All right.
They're familiar. He's already familiar with my backcourt, so why not just have him run the show?
Okay.
All right. We have our 5, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna put it all to social media. I'll have a nice, fun little graphic that outlines all of our teams. It's gonna have the whole thing with pictures and everything, and we'll have people applaud us or laugh at us or both, depending on how they feel about our squads. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Happy March Madness. Happy
March Madness.
Where can our sports-friendly nerds follow your podcast, gentlemen?
They can go to bitwsports.com, or they can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, X, because that's what it's called. Jonesy doesn't like what I call it.
We're not having this discussion on my podcast. We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Brown or at BITW Sports.
Off camera, we'll explain. Until next week, that's gonna do it. That's it. That's the podcast. We're gonna get out of here. Until next week, we're done. Talk to everybody next week. College basketball.